The following presentation of 21 the Podcast is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1.
And we are live on 21 the motherfucking podcast. My name is Drew at Mr. Oh So Cool, along with my producer, Mr. Marcos Morales at Dirt City Studios. And we have a special guest tonight. I don't know where the fuck he went. I told him we're starting the stream and he took off. Oh, there he is. And we are live with none other than Mr. Greg Reese. Greg, how you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. It's good to see you again. We don't typically do remote ends, but of course, Greg being the Florida man that he is, we had to bring him on virtually tonight. And Greg got some new studio gear that we had to definitely test out tonight, man. How you liking that so far, bro?
I like it. I like it quite a bit so far. I mean, I just plugged it in. I basically just tested it before we tested it together on the call. I had it charging before then. I think the Skype is messing it up a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know.
What do you think's messing it up?
I don't know.
What don't you like? Let me look at it.
No, I can't because the camera is pointed at me, and if I point it,
I'm gonna look at it on my end. But just say what you don't like about it.
No. I'm not.
I feel like you hate it, Greg.
I love it. I just got it. I'm when it comes to cameras, I always feel like overwhelmed and stuff. I'm not I've been messing with cameras since I was 8 years old. So I'm not a stranger to cameras, but ever since I was 8 years old, I'm always a bit like,
Yeah, you definitely got to get like a lighting setup and shit in there too, just to make it you got to get your other side even too.
Yeah,
like, because
another light.
How it blacks out your background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, you fucking sound good. You look good.
The sound is stellar. Yeah.
You love that Rodecaster.
It just fills all the needs that I have audio wise and in a way that I've never experienced. The closest I've come to experiencing this is like when I had the peak 4-track setup, like when I was 16 or something.
No, this
17.
The Rodecaster does fucking everything, bro.
Oh yeah.
Have you dove into any of the buttons on the side and stuff? Because I haven't set up the Rodecaster 2 yet.
No, I just I'm still kind of getting familiar with like just having everything set up permanently. Like right now, basically the only bummer, and it's not the equipment's fault, it's where I live, is the way my bass is set up. My bass is set up permanently direct into the mixer now, which is great, but the amp that I have, I'm only going to be able to get a good signal recording if I'm at a nice volume, which means in the situation I'm in now, it's not a 24/7 option. So.
Right. So you were pretty close to the eye of the storm last time we had you on. It was before the eye of the storm. Have we had you on since the hurricane?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think we've talked on 21. So Greg was pretty close to the eye of the storm on Hurricane Ian, and I definitely want to get you to talk about that, bro. What was your experience during that time?
I got nothing but gratitude. I mean, I lost a fridge full of food, and that's it. In every other possible imaginable way, it was just a blessing, like a thank you, God kind of moment. Up until the hurricane, I was just joking the whole time. I never And I guess through it as well, because I didn't really suffer that bad. It wasn't really until the power came back on and I started seeing pictures and images of what was happening to people, you know, just like an hour up north and stuff. And I was like, whoa, you know, it was pretty crazy. But really from where I was, it was windy and rainy and flood. It did flood. Like I had to move my...
Because you were in the process of packing up, getting ready for your move.
Everything was already in boxes, so once I saw it was going to flood, I had time to pick everything off the floor and put it up on the countertops, and I had just enough space, literally. I mean, every possible horizontal surface was used, and then once I had completed everything, filling every single last square inch of horizontal surface, the water was then like halfway in, and everything stayed dry.
How high did the water get in your house?
In my place, it got right up to my bedroom is the only place that had carpeting, and I was laying on my stomach on the carpet, on the dry carpeting, watching it come in. I have video. I think I probably deleted the video, but I took video of it. I was taking video of it just slowly, the water slowly coming in. And then once I felt that water on my forearm, it wasn't as fun as it wasn't as so then I went and laid in bed and just kind of put my head down and thought I'll just take a nap for a little bit. And I don't know how, I was probably just down for 30 minutes. And then when I got up, I was expecting to put my foot in a big thing of water, and just in 30 minutes, the water already receded. It was all gone back out of the apartment, and it stayed dry right around my bed. So it basically came right up around me where I was laying in bed, and then stopped and then backed up and went out. So it was unbelievable. My another great story is of gratitude and blessing is I traded my incredible Dodge Charger Scat Pack in a few months ago for a Toyota 4Runner because my gut, I wanted an end times vehicle.
Right.
And that Dodge Charger was amazing though. And
that's the
during
Mad
the
Max
flood,
end of the world. That's the Mad Max end of the world. You should have ridden into the sunset on that.
if I would have kept it though, it would have been trashed. It would have been gone.
No, you're right.
As with like half of the apartment, like half of the apartment complex had to,
just rip
surrender
the
their cars
out.
into insurance companies and stuff. And that Charger would have been like that. Because some people were able to pull up off the onto the curb and escape it, but the Charger you wouldn't have been able to do that without taking off
That's too low.
Yeah, I saw other
Ding
cars
now.
just like it, and they were done. So, but fortunately, and this is a crazy thing, but ever since I got that 4Runner, every time I drive it into my apartment complex, there are these groupie
horse
all around the roads, like earth, divots. They're for flooding and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've never owned a 4x4 truck before. And now that I have one, every time I drive by anything like that, I'll even say it out loud. I'll be like, I could drive right through that if I wanted to.
Have you done any four-wheeling in it?
What's that?
Have you done any four-wheeling in it?
So I got, not really, no, because when I think about actually doing some four-wheeling in it, I'm like, well, shit, how am I going to get it all dirty? And
then you got to clean it.
Yeah, right. So
That's part of the fun.
I agree. I mean, I'm sure it is, and I'll do it someday. But I always just say, I want to drive over that. I want to drive over that. And then during the flood, I had an opportunity to drive up and do exactly that, to drive up on these things that you're not normally supposed to drive up on. And but it was deep. When I waited out to move my truck, because finally I was like, I have to move it. When I finally moved it, it was, when I opened my door, it was basically like 2 inches away from getting inside of the truck. So it was dry, but it was...
Jeez.
And it was about just below my knee, maybe 2 inches below my knee. So I don't know what that is.
Well, you got some really short shins, though, Greg. That's something that we've never really talked about. Your shins are only
It was deeper than it looked. I'll tell you what. I remember when I stepped into it, I was like, yeah, don't look that deep. And then when I got in, I was like, whoa.
It's because of those 4-inch shins you got.
He's all thigh. Greg's
all thigh. It's like watching a flamingo walk backwards. It's fucking crazy. But bro, it's wild to think that like the beach. Marcos even went to that beach, Bonita Springs, like the one
private part,
because you had to drive through this at Bonita Springs, you got to drive through this row of just like multi-million-dollar mansions to get to this beach. And like that was a lot of the footage that you saw on like on the news and shit, where like the McLaren was all fucked up on that road. There was just like hella people and cars getting like their houses all fucked up. Like that place got devastated, and that was like 15 minutes from your place.
Yeah. I used to think that was the coolest place in town. Like, I drove down that road like 3 times, and I just thought it was so money. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I don't mean that term to be like a hipster. I just mean like money, like these houses were like, you know, I don't know, 10, 20, $50 million. Some of them, I mean, the ones I'm talking about were the single homes that were right on the shore, mm-hmm. that you could like drive. Some of these houses, I can think of like 3 of them. To pull into the driveway, you would just take a right towards the beach, and then you're basically pulling right up on the beach inside of a badass looking garage, and then you're inside the house, right?
And it was like a cave too, because like it would have like dual entry, like you could pull into one side of it and then walk out the other side, and you'll be on the beach.
And calling it a cave is the perfect thing, because that is where the lie was. It was all a lie. It appeared like a fortress, like a cave, like a solid bat cave or something.
Yeah.
It was all bullshit. It was all a lie. The hurricane showed it was basically, it might as well have been paper mache. I mean, it's right there on a sandy beach.
Yeah, seriously.
But I guess if you have throwaway money, and I think most of the people that own those places, that was just an investment, or not even an investment, like a fun thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, they definitely lost a lot of their investment. I mean, I'm sure they had like insurance to cover all that shit.
No, you're right about that. Yeah, so they probably didn't even lose much of anything.
So what about your move, bro? So you moved like maybe a week after the hurricane?
Pretty much a week.
Yeah, you're in the Panhandle now, huh?
I'm in the Panhandle now, and it's great. I love it. It's small town, total small town vibes. There's fish. There's fish in Naples. Apparently there's fish all around the coast. You can just go to the beach and fish. But I've never done that. I've grown up, when I fished in lakes and rivers and stuff, but I've never gone, and I've been to the beach, I've been to the ocean, but I've never taken a rod and fished in there. And I've done some research now. Not only is there fish in there, but and I don't know if this is the case. I mean, obviously it's not the case everywhere, but here in the Panhandle, turns out it's ample. There's an ample amount of fish. You don't even need bait, because the best bait, from what I'm learning, is the sand fleas, and the sand fleas are ample.
Wait, so sand fleas are like, you can hold these sand fleas?
They sell a special. I'm going to go buy one this week. They sell a special tool. It's like it looks like a dustpan, like, it's got a handle, so you don't have to bend over.
Right.
And it's like a rake, and you rake it. You can, like, I already learned in YouTube videos how to spot the sand fleas. You can just see where they are. You can actually spot them from a distance, and then you can get up close, and then you rake them. And then when you rake them, all the sand in the water drains out, and you're left with like a basket of sand fleas. And then
how big is a sand flea?
About the size of your thumb.
Oh shit! So that couldn't have been what was, because you remember we were leaving that one night, and it seemed like we were getting ate up, like leaving that beach. We thought those were fleas.
No, this is not sand fleas, and maybe some other kind of flea, but. What I learned about sand fleas is that we all have stepped on them. If you go to the beach at all, then you've run your toes and your feet through sand fleas. They seem to be all over the place, and it's like the best bait for the best fish. The pompanos, at least the pompanos, which are, they say, the most expensive fish in Florida, and everyone says they're like the most delicious fish. Like, I haven't found anyone who says anything other than that, and it's the most ample thing out there. So I'm excited.
Never even heard of a pompano.
Fisherman.
Dude, when I come out there, I'm super down to go fucking fishing out there.
Yeah.
So I had that fucking ice in my mouth. There's kind of close to Destin. It's called Crab Island. You remember I sent you the video for that?
No.
So there's
How long ago?
Who knows? It was probably before you moved. but there's like this it's like a sandbar basically.
Oh yes, I do remember this. Yes.
So Marcos, bro, it's just this big ass fucking. It's like you're in the water. You're about like at the most knee deep. If it's Greg, you're like fucking thigh deep because of his shins.
Lower
You froze over here. Oh, because of my short shins.
Yeah, and
I do remember that video, and it was pretty amazing. I forgot that it was near here.
And so basically, you take a boat out there, and it takes like 10 minutes to get there. And like there's like floating daiquiri bars, and there's floating like food and shit, and everybody's just out there just like partying, and like it's just a chill fucking spot to just sit in the water. Like that shit's cool as fuck. We definitely got to go there, bro. But I'm curious, because it gets cold where you're at, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely colder than Naples, and
The Naples gets
I mean,
cold.
I was felt instantly, and I kind of enjoy it because my goal is to eventually make it up to like the Tennessee area and the mountain area, and that's definitely quite a bit colder. But I'm from colder. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, so I can hack it. I'm just slowly getting there. But yeah, I wear my jacket almost half the time during the week when I go out. I throw my jacket on, and I kind of enjoy that. I've always been a fan of a jacket, so.
Yeah, you like a nice jacket, Greg?
Yeah, I like a nice jacket, and I haven't worn my jacket at all.
44
Not
long
once
on-
in Naples did I wear my jacket. So,
Dude, that's the one thing I could imagine you'll miss from Naples is fucking Alfie's spot.
yes, and yes and no. There's not anything really good to eat around where I'm at. Where I'm at is really kind of a small town, and so that's a good thing because I really want to be eating my own, cooking, preparing, and I do that all the time. But I often will cheat and go out. To go out, really enjoy myself around here, I gotta, commit and go for like a 20, 30-minute drive, which is no big deal, and I've been doing it all the time.
Yeah, but it's all just like
I need to be
shanty
doing
town
it
type
less.
shit.
But I was Alfie's. Alfie's was like a 20-minute drive, so I would do that all the time too.
But y'all just have like real local type spots there.
There's a similar. You can always find a good organic grocery store. And I'm not a big partier like I used to be. So the Alfie's thing was more. What I loved about Alfie's was I knew that I could be in a big crowd of people where people were not. If they were crazy, they were my kind of crazy. If you know what I mean. Like I could go in there, enjoy people's companies, enjoy their company without thinking I was standing next to some raging psychopath.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about Alfie's, and I get the same thing around here,
So how are people? How's this part of Florida feeling about DeSantis?
Better than Naples, and Naples was pretty solid. Yeah, this is everything I thought it would be. It's more southern, it's more redneck, it's more country.
You know what? Redneck is one way you could describe white people, but you can't describe them as Jews.
I mean, you can now because black people are allowing the conversation to come out. Well, they might stop it soon, but right now they're allowing it to happen, which means we could start talking about the Jews. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
dude, I had to unlist my last video just because we had so much Jew talk, bro.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop.
Hey, as long as the black people are allowing it to happen, it's allowed to happen. That's kind of the rule. That's Charlemagne. If you can read the subtext between the hot mic lines, then that says it all right there. So
hot mic lines.
What's that?
Hot mic lines.
There was a hot mic video about how I don't want to talk about the Jews because I might lose my job. I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think your boss will fire you.
No, he's saying that Charlemagne was saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking to the mic, Marcos. I know you're cool.
Crowd noising.
I mean, you could always pull it back, dude. That thing moves.
I was doing the audience thing, like.
It is interesting. I mean, it is interesting. Like I grew up with a lot of Jews. I grew up in my high school, Cleveland Heights High School, is probably the same now as it was back when I went, because it's close to University Heights, which is like sort of the Jew town of Cleveland.
And somebody actually commented, I didn't know what it meant, but somebody said, Heights High, get live. So
yes, that's right. That's a Heights High alumni, probably. Heights High, get live. It's really stupid. But when I went in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, there was more Jewish people than WASPs. There were more black people than white people. There were more Jews than WASPs. So, and it was a big high school. There was lots of people. There was lots of WASPs. There was tons of WASPs, but there was more Jews and there were more black. There was 60% black, and then when you divvy the white people up, it was dominated by Jews. So I grew up amongst the Jews. I went to Seder's. I know about gefilte fish and all that, And I remember at a young age, once I started talking about conspiracy theories, I wasn't even saying anything about the Jews. I think I was talking about the Federal Reserve Bank or something. And one of my Jewish friends, who I knew for years from like growing up in the neighborhood, like freaked out, got out, like triggered, calling me an anti-Semite, And he knew me for years, and we were friends. And it was just because of something I was talking about. Yeah. It had nothing to do with Jews.
It's like, we'll get off the Jews.
That's just an interesting thing.
No, I agree. I agree. We could talk. I mean, you and I could talk about it forever.
It is in the news forever until we can talk about the Jews.
What is gefilte fish?
It's a white fish. I think it's a white fish served cold, and it's
like cured instead of cooked or whatever. So
it's like anchovies.
Yeah, kind of.
Is it pickled?
Maybe. Yeah, sure.
It's bland though, so it doesn't have like a pickled flavor. It's kind of like a bland flavor.
It's definitely kosher.
Well, because isn't like all of like most kosher shit is really bland. Like they have that meat. It's like a meatloaf type thing. That's like has no flavor to it.
I don't recall. The only thing I really enjoyed about the Jewish palate, like because I ate the traditional stuff I ate, is the matzo ball soup, and I always kind of found it kind of gross because I always imagined all the hands that were in the kitchen handling all those balls of matzah.
It's part of the love.
But
it's like
once
tamales.
You get into it, you forget about that. It's tasty. It's a tasty bowl of soup.
It's like tamales. If you've ever had a tamale, you don't know who touched what part of it. It's just in a circle and everybody's just in there. Yeah. Everybody's just making them.
So, Greg, we got to hear it. What's one of your newest conspiracies that you're locked onto?
It's a good question, Drew. Because I haven't had one in a while.
Thanks. I'm getting better at this, right?
And we didn't really, I haven't had one in a while for several, months. I was just sort of kept trying to keep a grip.
There's a project we're working on. I'll tell you about it off air, but I can't really tell you too much about it now. But it was basically just coming up with, we had to figure out a lot about different conspiracies, some of the top ones or whatever. And they brought up Bigfoot. And like at first, I wasn't adding anything to the conversation. Like I just like, they're talking about JFK. It's like, yeah, I know about that. We're talking about, all the, stuff that's talked about when it comes to conspiracies. But then like Bigfoot came up and it's like, oh, I know all about Bigfoot. Because sitting in the fucking office with you, bro, it was just like there was something new to learn about Bigfoot every day.
Harrison Smith will use Bigfoot as an example of stupid people or nonsense.
And that gets to you.
It does, I'm a big fan of the show. I watch American Journal like every day. It's my favorite show on the network, and he's done it like 3 times, and I have to stop myself. And I will often text him in communication with like he'll say something, and usually I'm not argumentative with him. I'm usually kind of like so I had to resist with the Bigfoot. But he doesn't get it, and I thought it was a joke too until I started looking into it. But within 1 hour of serious, open-minded research, I was able to tell right away. I was like, this is not like a relaxing joke. This is like as real as the alien abduction thing, which no one knows what that is. But to laugh at it and say it's nothing is like the most retarded thing you can do, unless you're just a scaredy cat and you have to do that because you're afraid or something. But I mean, there's definitely something going on. I don't know what it is. I don't know what Bigfoot is. My best guess is it's, I don't know. But the thing about Bigfoot that's different than us is that Bigfoot seems to have a way of coming and going at its leisure.
Don't we all?
And we don't.
Well,
we seem to be stuck here like prisoners, whereas Bigfoot can just be like, I'm out of here.
But don't you think like if there was a Bigfoot at some way it would like recreate and there would be more like a bigger population of these little things, big things?
Only if it wanted to.
if there wasn't that many around and the other one wasn't giving it up.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think Bigfoot wants to fuck, bro?
Maybe other Bigfoot doesn't want to fuck.
Well, that's kind of what Bigfoot is, isn't it? I mean, the Bible even talks about these things. It calls them the Nephilim. And every single myth talks about these things. And it talks about these giant creatures that aren't human, but they kind of want to breed with the humans. And they weren't supposed to breed with the humans, but they said, fuck that, we're going to do what we want. And that's what, according to basically like every tradition on earth, that's what caused all the problems that we're dealing with right now. And right now there's these two tribes. The common parlance these days is the white hats and the black hats. But if you go back to any other era, they're going to describe these other people that are fighting this war against each other that are not human. And one of them are like really nasty and don't care about us. And the other ones are kind of like empathetic to us, you know? And that seems to be the same thing that's going on right now.
I'm sorry, I got hung up on one word. You said parlance, and that's a great
word.
Means,
I don't know if that's the correct use of the word, but I think that means
just
like
throwing
lingo.
out parlance.
Parlance?
You just throwing it out.
I throw shit out all the time, man.
I love that,
I usually
bro.
get it right, but it's you know, you just got to go with your gut. And if you get it wrong, you know, you get it wrong.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
Owen's good at that. Owen's good at that. Owen's pretty good at that.
So, Greg, what's one of the best parts of your life right now, man? I want to hear some good stuff.
Well, I mean, it's all good. Eh? Like right now, the fact that that we're still doing this, the fact that you know, society, that things are still kind of running smoothly. Because I think I like human society. I do, and and even though I think it's all about to collapse, I think it won't be that bad. I think the collapse is going to be a short period of time, depending on where you are, and before it starts getting better quickly. But until that happens, there's always the sense of dread, you know, of like
nuclear war.
I'm not so worried about nuclear war, because nuclear war, it's like
that's interesting to me that you're not worried about it, because typically, like when it's end of the world type shit, like you're all in, you know. And I feel as if there is a greater presence of a nuclear war right now than almost anything.
Well, I'm not arguing with that. I guess when I say I'm not worried about it is because when it comes to that, there's a certain amount of surrender, where it's like, well, if that's the case, then que sera, sera. I don't know if I got that right. Maybe I got that wrong too.
Let's just hope so. You just throw it out there and hope it's right.
C'est la vie. It's either que sera, sera or c'est la vie.
I think it's a little bit of both.
You know, like what are you gonna do? Like that's obviously that was God's plan for you to, you know. It's, I think it was Vladimir Putin who recently said in a question about is he worried about being killed? He said, if God intends for a man to drown, then he's not gonna get shot or something like that. Something dry and stupid, but basically meaning like you're gonna die the way you're supposed to die.
Yeah.
But nuclear war, it's like. You know, when I was moving, I'm near a military base, and when I was moving in this area, someone said, "Are you sure you want to do that? What happens if a nuclear war happens?" Honestly, if we end up in like a serious all-out nuclear war, like then I'd rather be
near a base,
right here. You know.
Have you seen that movie, The Mist? Have you seen that movie?
Which version? There was like an '80s one in like an early 2000s.
I think it was the 80s one. I don't know. Now that
talking about The Mist, there's an 80s movie, The Mist, where there's like a sexy radio lady, and then the mist comes rolling in off the water, and then in the mist there's creatures and stuff. That one,
and
the fog. Is it called The Fog?
Yeah,
there was The Fog too.
I was a big fan of that movie when I was a kid.
But there was The Mist too.
And was that a remake of it, or is that another old movie?
No, yeah, everybody did everything when they like one thing hit, they're like copy that, do that, you know, all the 80s and 90s horrors and shit. Like,
so The Mist was but I'll have one more question before we let you go, Greg. But The Mist was the original. Then The Fog was the
Mist was a Stephen King story. That's all I know, and I don't know where The Fog came from.
We can go a little bit longer. That was a quick half hour.
Time flies when you're having fun. Am I right, Greg?
Yeah, it's true. I guess that is true. No truer statement has been said.
Feels like forever.
You need to get you a stand-up stool.
I do. I kind of have one. I just don't have it set up to where I think it'll work. Like I do have a stand-up stool.
What is a stand-up? I just made that up.
Well, I'll show you.
It's like
actually
a
good
little
for
segue.
your back.
Off goes Greg to find the stand-up stool.
So it's the base of it is like
Oh yeah, I see. Hold on.
Oh shit! There you go. Pump it up. Pump it up.
Oh, that's like one of those little weeble wobbles.
yes.
It's like a big cartoon dumbbell.
And so the only way you can sit on a chair like this with the weeble wobble is to have your back sort of active. And
Yeah, speaking.
at its highest setting,
Sit up
you
straight.
can kind of set it like, so I'm kind of leaning back on it now, but I don't mind standing. I've been, I'm at the age right now, and I had a back injury like a couple years ago, year and a half ago now. And what I've learned since the back injury is the more I'm not sitting, the better. And it depends on the sitting. Like there's these chairs called zero gravity chairs. Those are good.
The balls on wheels.
No. That's a whole different situation.
That's like every time I get in the car.
So, well, fuck. Okay, one thing I know about you, Greg, is when you move, you get rid of tons of shit. You have a TV at your place?
I got rid of my TV when I left Austin, and I left it with you.
And so you haven't had a TV since then?
And I got a TV just when I moved into here, like just
nice.
last week. So I went all year without a TV. Didn't really miss it. But I guess now that I got it, it's way cozier to, like I still would throw, but when I didn't have a TV, I would throw a laptop on my bed and open the laptop and put YouTube on. I just, surf YouTube videos.
Yeah.
There's definitely a more cozy thing about having a TV on the wall and a remote control hitting YouTube that way.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You got to get one of those remotes.
And I kind of forgot that. It's nice.
You got to get one of those remotes to have a little typer on it, though. Because fucking typing with just up, down, left, right is a pain in the fucking ass to me.
What I want, I ordered on Amazon. If you search zero gravity chair, you're gonna find like these chairs that are like $100, $120, and they're like lawn chairs. And I think I gave you. Did I give you one, Drew?
Fuck yeah, I love that fucking chair.
I friggin' love that. So as soon as I moved here, I got one just like it, and or when I moved to Naples, I got one just like it, and I friggin' love that chair.
And chair like this is one. I'm like, this doesn't look like one.
And it's for someone with low back issues, it's a huge difference. Like that chair, it makes your back feel better.
Dude,
and
I had it. Sorry. I had it in the backyard for a little while, and like I would take it out there and just sit, like when we were in the middle of the fucking drought. And one day it was like in the heat of the summer, but we had such a good fucking breeze that like it didn't feel hot outside. And I sat in that chair and I laid it like all the way back to where you're almost like horizontal, and I fell asleep out there just in my backyard. I can't fall asleep like outside. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And I fucking knocked out, bro. Like that thing is comfortable as shit.
I ordered like a nice version, like a leather. It's actually a vegan leather version, just because the leather version, there was like a $8,000 version, and I don't have that kind of money, but they have like a.
What's vegan leather?
Fake.
Or they
It's just not real leather, so it's like
leather.
No animals were harmed in this
Plant
leather
leather
kind of thing. Yeah, but I'm sure it's great. It looks like a great chair. It's made in the USA. And I've never had a nice chair before, like a nice indoor thing. And so what I'd like to do is, I bet I could get a lot of writing done in a chair like this, because in my outdoor chair, I can get a lot of writing done in that position. So I'd like to figure out a way where I can, it sounds crazy almost, but like I want to be able to, I guess, have a monitor up
above you,
halfway above me, because it's like kind of, you're sort of like 45 degrees,
right?
Figure something out. But I just bet I could. I just feel like I could crank out, like really accomplish a lot of work in a chair like this.
Dude, all you got to do is fucking get one of those TV mounts that just do the 45 and just like build something out from your wall to where you can
I was
be like
thinking
under
about that.
Because you're a bit of a builder, Greg.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to build something, and then you could actually then build something for the keyboard so that the keyboard is actually at a better height, you know.
So, Greg, Eddie just put in a 10 spot.
Give him some horns. Oh, there you go. Because I called for it.
I know the timing. I know the timing on this. That's why I don't say it as soon as I see it.
I just had to say it.
Why is it? It keeps clicking on this fucking. It's always this mic too. Anyways, Greg, Eddie fucking threw in $10 to say hello, Greg, and I love all your work. So shouts to Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man.
What So have you been feeling as if the move has been better for your creativeness? Because it seems like you're getting, your studio together, you're getting a bunch of shit ready that like there's some sort of push going on.
Well, yeah, I definitely feel like mission accomplished. Like I just wanted to strip down expenses, like Naples was expensive. That's kind of like one of the reasons I got rid of the Charger, to spend less money on the car payment, move to a cheaper area, spend less money on the apartment, get ready, hunker down. I'm taking advantage of Culligan water. I'm actually gotten a little water cooler here, and now every month they deliver a bunch of jugs, which is living the life.
Oh, yeah, Culligan. Now.
Yeah, it's good quality, like real good quality water. So I got my water filter like just on the shelf ready to go in case I need it or when I need it. But yeah, creatively speaking, I got everything kind of set up now to where I can just be more productive, music, as well as video. And I'm starting this Friday on Rockfin. I'll be doing a show every Friday night at 8 p.m. this time, which is 9 p.m.
Wait, start that over this week on what?
Rockfin, ROKFIN.com/Greg Reese.
I was setting you up for a plug, Greg.
Yeah, I know. I'm a real professional. It's called the Reese Wrap Up, and that's what I'm going with right now. And it's basically, that's why I'm doing it on Fridays, because it's basically the end of the week, and I can kind of go over all the stories that I think are important, that I think are worth talking about. I can go over and talk about on Fridays, and I can talk about the interesting weather, like the earthquake weather and the solar storm weather, and the stuff that I think is interesting. That's kind of what I'm going for. In my Reese reports, those typically aren't opinion pieces. Those are typically pretty much straightforward. Hey, this is that, that's that, and that's that. And sure, I kind of put them together in a way often where it sort of leads the viewer maybe into seeing it the way that I see it, But the show, the Reese Wrap Up, is going to be a show where that's basically, it'll be like this. I'll just speak my opinion, and I'll say more of what I never actually answered your question as far as my latest conspiracy, but that's what I'll be leading this Friday with, as well as going over all the stories. But I'll tell you what my latest conspiracy is right now, and it's not it's not a terrible one, because I think in the short term, I think people's lives are going to get better. But my latest conspiracy theory is that this whole leftist revolution was all done by design, and whoever's behind it is looking for the reaction that's coming. The reaction we all can see. Everyone's talking about this reaction that's coming. I'll be right. If we have a red wave next week, then I would say I'm right about this. If there isn't a red wave, or if there's a bunch of election fraud well, who knows? I still could be right about it, but it just seems to me like, here's the thing. These people, the people that have no name, that's part of the game. First of all, part of the game is
hold on, pause right there,
now you
Greg.
sound like a crazy person talking about them.
I think hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, pause right there, because Fonz Carrillo just jumped in here and said, "Sup, Greg?"
What's up, Fonz?
We also hit.
We hit a shot time.
We hit a marker. Shit.
I don't have a shot glass.
I just blew in that one. Look.
Fuck it, let's go.
Hey, the whiskey will purify.
All right, Greg, continue. Unless you have something to shoot as well.
No, I'll just continue with I'll give you the backdrop of conspiracy theory, but I suspect the red wave's coming. I suspect there's going to be a big phony reformation of some sort. The pendulum's going to swing the other way. The economy. I even see just the end of the Fed. I see the end of the Fed.
Well, you've been seeing that for a while.
Well, I've talked about what I'm talking about now. I think I first talked about on 21 the podcast before COVID. Mm-hmm. I talked about this conspiracy theory.
Greg with the wine glass.
Yeah, but no, I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. I'm on record on 21 the podcast laying this out years ago, and I'm now it's coming. It's looking to be more like that's the case, and I think I have one theory as to why, but I only have one theory as to why. The big question is to why, but I definitely think that the whole purpose of this so-called, leftist revolution, whatever they're going to call it in the end, it was these people they didn't get to these positions on their own. They were put, these stupid moron idiot pedophiles, and they're low-life scumbags. They're not capable of making clever, complicated decisions. They were laid out to dry. Most of these people know it. Like Nancy Pelosi, that's why she's drunk all the time, because she knows she's being laid out. She knows she's being a sacrificial lamb. She knows they're going to make her, at the end of the day, they're going to make her look like trash, and she's going to have to fall on her sword and take one for the team. She knows it. She knows what she signed up for.
Well, do you think that the Paul Pelosi thing has something to do with what you're talking about right there?
Yeah, probably, because they're so miserable right now. Their lives are nothing but misery because they know that they signed up for it. They can't turn around at this point, and they know that that's our fate.
You know what, Greg?
They're going out like losers. Then they're going to go out like losers.
Greg, what do you think about this? So like when you talk about the Illuminati, right, and the road it takes to get there, there's always one point of embarrassment. You know what I mean? Like you have to be physically or publicly embarrassed in order to get in there, and you have to sacrifice somebody and all this. It's a conspiracy, of course, but I feel like, in music and shit, you see it all the time, but like it's somebody at that level, you never see it. So I'm curious because Nancy Pelosi's been in there for like 130 years. Did she have to like renew her Illuminati contract by letting Paul Pelosi do all this wild shit?
No, I think when you serve the master, when you serve the beast, it's like they glamorize it on TV and music to make it look like it's some type of like glamorous, power, but the fine print, no matter who you are, no matter how much bling bling you got, no matter how much money you got, don't matter. The fine print on the thing is always the same for every single person. The fine print is you want power? Well, then someone's going to have power over you. That's right away. Before you even get any taste of that power, you're someone else's slave. Yeah. That's the only way that works. There's no one gets out of that. And it's ridiculous to think you can. And it tells you something about everyone who signs up. And everyone who signs up is a bitch.
Yeah.
That's how it looks to me.
That is true. It does seem at one point or another you wind up a bitch. Yeah,
and I think it happens from day one. From the minute you're like, I'm okay with that deal. Just sign me up. Oh, you want me to bend over now, or should I do or no, not? Okay, well, it's weird.
So you don't listen to hip hop and rap like I do, but the Illuminati like prevalence over that has always been like a thing. Is there that type of shit in y'all's realm as well? Like the rock shit? Like do y'all see Illuminati type shit in that realm? Like was that ever a conspiracy for rock?
What? Yeah, fuck yeah. That was everywhere. Iron Maiden did a bunch of shit about it. Fucking Led Zeppelin was like all into the dark arts, like the Aleister Crowley of it all and all that shit. And that's like the dark side of Illuminati type secret
That's all. Yeah, that's all Satanism is. Satanism is Illuminati.
Included a lot of people in power in these like cult circles.
So the power of the Illuminati, or the head leader of that shit is Satan.
I'm not sure who. I don't understand. I don't think. I think that the head of that thing is non-human, and some people would call them alien. I think alien would be the best word to use to trigger the images in people's heads of what we're talking about. They could be interdimensional. That's another whole question. But there's something hurting us, and it might be for our own good, because it seems to me that all we would have to do to break free of it is to humble ourselves and recognize our weaknesses, and then I think that alone, if we were to collectively do that, I think we would free ourselves of this whole thing, because the whole thing is sort of like it's a mind trap. It's a mind game, and when you look at it like that, it almost seems like it's being done for our own good. It's like these creatures, these entities, these Illuminati or whatever, they're going to keep screwing us over because we deserve it. Because if you can get away with it, you deserve it. I mean, that's the whole thing about sucker. And it's like, if you can talk someone into taking the bait off your hook, you stupid fucking fish. Yeah. I mean, that's just the law of nature. And so the nature is teaching us to be a little more clever and to not. And it really comes down to, I honestly think what it is we're just so in love with ourselves, and because we're so in love with ourselves, we fall in love with other humans. Perfect example is Elon Musk. Now, I'm not saying everyone's in love with Elon Musk, but just the mere fact that some people are willing to put their trust in any strange human.
It's discount night,
Greg. We're going a penny under everything that they asked for. So Joey D.
Speaking of sacrifice,
and you know Joey D too, Greg. We won't expose him here on the thing because he has a Bigfoot. What do you call it? The avatar. His profile picture is a Bigfoot.
I respect that. I like when I pull up behind a truck or a car, for that matter, that's got the Bigfoot sticker. Right away, there's a.
Have a sip of your wine, Greg. We're gonna take shots over here for Joey D. Shouts to Joey. But, you were talking about, right before that, you did mention Elon Musk. What's your thoughts on that? You think you're gonna get your Twitter back? No. The Baphomet shit was Greg the one that pointed that out? Somebody pointed that out.
Everybody
no, I'm not
saw that
Twitter
shit.
Back. No, I would think probably the main reason he bought Twitter was probably because, like, the same week or the week after he bought it, people that he fired were charged with or like implicated in those crimes and stuff, so it was just all, one hand helping the other,
Right.
I mean, I think it's so, what's sad to me about the Elon Musk thing is when I see how many people get caught up in it, I'm like, oh, I guess we're fucked. Like, that's what's sad to me is I'm like, oh, I guess we're not going to wake up. I guess we're going to keep falling for it over and over and over again, because we're just going to keep chasing after people. Oh, this guy will save us. I love him.
And you're totally against Elon Musk. You kind of.
But I love him.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I'm just saying, what I'm saying? It's insane. And it makes me sad. Someday in some lifetime, in some era in the future, humanity will stop falling in love with like reflections of themselves.
I have to ask though, Greg, if you got an email from Twitter and was like, hey, come on back on Twitter, you can be back on Twitter. Are you not going to do it?
I'd go on Twitter.
Fuck yeah. Go get that fucking money, bro. So does
that mean that that Elon's a great guy and he's going to make everything better?
I never said that. Well, who said that?
I don't see how one has anything to do with the other. But I don't see yeah. And Twitter's like one of the reasons why everything's so fucked up right now. like whatever they're doing, they're going to succeed at because they've got us fighting each other endlessly, and that's never going to end.
Oh, that's for sure.
We're never going to stop fighting each other because we're too stupid.
Yeah,
so
that's for sure.
Never going to stop. So they're going to accomplish whatever they're trying to do without any problem.
Twitter or no Twitter, like people are going to be pieces of shit. I believe, and I think
if we were left alone, well, I mean, it's our own fault. So I take that back.
What do you mean left alone? Who's going to be guarding?
I take that back. Well, I mean, I think we're being helped along to be stupid, but
coerced.
But it's our own fault. Like I said before, like we don't have to fall for it. We don't have to be such dummies. You know, we could. All we got to do is be like is expect is to stop putting our faith in people. You know, it's easy. It's really easy.
No,
I've done it my whole life, and I've never had an issue with it. I've never had a problem. I've never missed out on anything by not having like faith in a human being. Well, I mean, I haven't done it my whole life. When I was a kid, I put my faith in like Jimmy Page.
Who's Jimmy Page?
And it broke, and it was a mistake. And that was one of the reasons. Like Jimmy Page was one of my best teachers because he was one of the first people that ever taught me, like, hey, don't put your faith in me. I'm a fucking drunk asshole, you know. So. Right. I'm not a god, man. You know?
Hey, will you go unlock the door, Marco?
It's too, yeah.
Thank you. Because I was going to let you carry it, but it wouldn't work. It is my zone. It wasn't going to work.
But the good news is that to answer the Pelosi thing, when you work for the Illuminati, you do what you're told. And she is going to lose in this, and she knows it, and it's all by design. And it's just for us. It's to make us feel like we've won. It's to make us. It's to encourage us to go in a certain direction. And the good news is it's going to be like good cop, bad cop. Like we've had the bad cop for the past 3 years. The good cop's about to come in. So for the next few years, it's going to feel really good because compared to how it's been for 3 years, it's going to be like this is great. And so if someone tries questioning it, they're going to get shouted down by everyone. Because no one's going to want to hear like a conspiracy theorist after like, hey, everything's finally doing good, you know, and they can do that for however long it takes before they got to like cash in on that and liquidate that, you know. A lot of money to be made on this herd.
No, 100%, and that's why I do think too that like we just had pizza arrive, Greg. So
well, that's perfect timing.
but I do want to finish that because so with the Elon shit, like. I will say that definitely we shouldn't completely trust Elon. We can't trust Elon, especially when he's wearing the God of Satan garb at Halloween with the upside down.
And also because he's lied about every single achievement of his life. Provably.
That's true.
That alone, I think that alone should be enough for everyone to be like, oh. But no, everyone chooses. It's like a movie that you choose to believe the movie. You choose to believe that Elon actually did invent all these things. No, he really is a genius because it makes me feel better because I love him.
Well, you pointed quite a few things out, but the one thing like that I do think, like I do agree that you can't trust Elon. You can't. Or any stranger. That's my point. Elon.
That was your point. Guy. You were like, don't trust people.
That's stranger
yeah,
danger.
Don't trust. And if you haven't met him in person, and that's just for all intents and purposes, that could just be a cartoon character for all you know. You know, I mean.
Yeah. But if he does want, like, he's making some shakes in Twitter. Now, I love Twitter, Greg. I fucking love Twitter. Like, Twitter is probably one of my favorite things. And I know you used to enjoy Twitter too. And yeah, I'm not gonna beg for you to admit it, but I think if Twitter can get back to what it used to be, because I feel like we've had this conversation before. I feel like if Twitter could get back to what it was originally. Oh no, we had that talk about YouTube. Matter of fact, if YouTube could get back to what it originally was, YouTube would be great. But that's kind of how I'm feeling about Twitter, and I feel like Elon may have a somewhat of a plan coming into that.
I think things will be really good for political people, for conservatives. As long as you're on one side or the other, I think you're going to thrive. But I think in the future, I think we're in a very weird window right now, where conspiracy theorists are welcome. Like in the past, conspiracy theorists were annoying to people, and no one wanted to hear them, and they were weird and crazy. Right now, we're in this weird moment where it's sort of welcome. But in the near future, we're going to move into an era where, once again, they're annoying to people and no one wants to hear from them because for the different reasons. Like, say, for instance, everyone's making money and things are going well. And, maybe someone points out certain things about it that's all a lie and they're being set up. And maybe they're right. Maybe they're wrong. People are going to want to hear it. It's going to get to a point. Once things relax a little bit more and people are more comfortable, it's going to go back to sleep. It's going to go back to sleepy la-la land.
That's true. That's true.
And that's where it's going.
We are in a point of high stress,
Yeah.
to where people are starting to pay attention more to different things. And I think that right now, a lot of the conspiracies, like people are starting to, even, people that I wouldn't necessarily agree with are understanding new conspiracies to be real. And it's like there's that saying that it's like the only thing between a conspiracy and the truth is 6 months, and that shit keeps becoming the thing.
Yeah.
Good rebuttal, Greg. No, she's not going.
Like I said before, I'm a real professional at this. So make sure you tune in for my weekly show to get this.
Hold on. Stop. Rewind.
Broadcasting.
Rewind 15 seconds. Say that one more time.
So make sure. Once again, I am a professional. But make sure you tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. at rockfin.com/Greg Reese for this professional level of professionalism broadcasting. C'est la vie and que sera sera.
That was it, bro. That was fucking it.
That's the promo.
Yeah, that's the promo, bro. I'm going to send that to you tomorrow. You're going to have a brand new promo for your Rock Face show.
That'll be the Royce Report. That's the Royce Report promo.
Greg, last question. What the fuck?
I have no idea. Not at all. Not one thing.
Well, I love you, Greg, and I miss you, and I hope to be out there soon with you in Florida to catch some fucking fish. What were they called? Pompanos?
Pompanos, yeah. By the time you get out here, I think I should. I'm going to be out there this weekend, and I think I'm going to pick it up pretty quickly. It looks pretty simple.
Is there like a pier?
You can fish off the pier, but from the research I'm doing, it says you don't want to do that. Like, you want to go find your own little spot.
In the surf?
And why would you, if you could choose, wouldn't you rather just go right down into the surf and,
all right.
and hang on?
Okay, listen.
That's what's great about it is it's like the best way to do it is the way you want to do it.
Listen, Greg, I'm going to tell you this. As a surf fisher, like when you're a surf fisher, I'm not a surf fisher. But one thing you got to be aware of is the people that are enjoying the beach. Your line's going to drag one certain way, and then it's like sometimes when you're in the water and shit, like I hate when people are surf fishing by me because you're just chumming up sharks at this point.
True. Luckily, I'm very fortunate. Like, I'm in an area that isn't touristy, and this area is actually considered a fishing village. So it's actually even the word fishing gets top billing in Destin too. Actually, Destin actually gets the fishing gets top billing in that neighborhood as well. So that's another great thing about the area I'm in is that you're more welcome casting your line on the beach here pretty much than sunbathing.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's just everyone does it. Everyone likes to. I mean, a lot of people move here because I have a feeling once I finally get to Tennessee, I'll be reminiscing about the good old days of being able to just run down 5 minutes to the beach and cast a line and pull in some pompanos.
Being a young buck in Florida.
Young buck in Florida.
Greg, I love you so much, bro. Marcos, you got anything for Greg before we go?
I love you too, man. I
love you guys.
Soon.
Thanks for letting me
Sunshine
test
loves
my
you
camera.
too, by the way.
What's that?
Sunshine loves you too.
Hey, what's up, Sunshine? I love you too.
Hey, gang.
Everybody loves Sunshine.
So actually, that's a good way to go out, Marcos. I don't give Marcos enough credit.
Yeah.
And he's non-deserving of it. So that's great also. Greg, anything you want to say before you go, bro?
No, that's it, man. I love you guys. Take care. Be safe.
We love you too, Greg. And that was Greg Reese on 21 the motherfucking podcast. We're still in this bitch for another couple minutes because, like I said, we got some fucking pizza coming through. Greg, if you want to hang up, bro, I love you. I'll hit you up later. Look at Greg over there working. Greg. We're just watching Greg work. Greg's got some new gear. He's trying to figure it all out over there.
Almost got it.
He did.
Figured it out.
He did. Look. Uh-oh.
And
there goes Greg. Well, everybody that's here right now, man, if it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe. If it's not, thank you for your continued support. Thank y'all for fucking jumping in the goddamn super chats. Marcos, what do you think about the Paul Pelosi shit? You don't think nothing about that? Not one thing. That's fucking crazy, bro. You think this guy just randomly had a guy in his house that hammered him with wearing nothing but underwear?
I mean, when you get in the secret society types, they do some weird shit.
That's what I'm saying,
They make
bro.
all the movies about these people.
This guy's like 90 years old. He's like 90 fucking years old. He's old as shit. And did you see that one tweet that Elon did that he wound up deleting? I guess he shared misinformation from an article. Did you see that?
About how he was, I don't know, the attacker was like something that he wasn't? Or was he not?
Or he might have been.
Be?
So it was basically that
remember.
it was saying about how the San Francisco clubs let out at 2:30. It was around 2:30, 3 o'clock when that shit was called in, and it was two guys in the house with just underwear on, asking where's Nancy. So if that type of scenario is true, there could be some motherfuckers in there like, okay, there's two ways it can go. The easiest way could be like, well, we're trying to go in the room, where's Nancy? Like, we need to make sure like Nancy's over there, like not gonna worry about us. That's the easiest way out. The other way, to where the hammer comes into play, is like, we're gonna get your safe. And then Paul Pelosi's like, well, we need Nancy's thumbprint to also get in here. And then they're like, well, where's Nancy?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You never know.
This could be dissected and like played from multiple angles, experiences,
directions,
observations. What else? Onlookings.
Onlookings is the best way you could look at
Tom Peepings.
Tom Peepings. Jeez, man. Dude, but the way that they're like, have you seen any of this on Twitter? I mean, we've been talking about Twitter all night, so.
I don't know what Twitter is, barely. I barely know.
I've been
on there.
At it?
I was like, I might be kicked off, and I wasn't. I just didn't use it. I only do, like, I throw out when the show goes live, maybe, which I didn't today. Apologies.
Nah, I never
Probably
do it on
not.
a 21 Live. Like, I put it out on the Instagram, but I don't usually throw it out when I do 21 Lives, only because it's just like, who knows what this is gonna be. Like, when we have a guest, it's like a show.
I mean, there's the one I said too much stuff, and now it's not there. Nah, don't look for it.
You said too much stuff?
I know I did. I mean, other people said too much stuff too, but.
You talking about Eddie says I'm back.
No,
He says I'm back. Did I miss any Marcos or Greg nudes?
You're trying to get these titties, motherfucker. These are not free.
Eddie needs these titties,
Man.
bro. I mean, hey, Eddie, we need to make a dono bar just for Eddie to see Marcos's titties.
Would it violate those fucking rules or whatever?
No, your titties have been on the show.
I mean, true, but they were never paid for. That's like, is that?
I don't know.
Sex work.
Eddie's paid his dues, man.
Is that sex work though? Can I call
sex
call
work?
that? Like OnlyFans though?
Is acceptable. In certain parts of Nevada,
I do got nice feet. If I shave my feet, I got nice feet.
You shave your feet? You gotta shave. Hey, bro, is it hairy like on top of it?
No, it's not that bad. No, not at all, really.
It's not hairy on top of it, because you don't even have any chest hair, bro.
And I got some. There's like this. Meow. Meow.
It's just like a couple little, a couple little, what are those things?
Top
Slinkies.
layer. Slinkies. My people are from the jungle, man. They don't need air down there.
Your people are from the jungle?
Yeah, Central America area. Northern Central.
North Central
North
America.
Central America.
What is that, America? That's Texas. We call it Texas here.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
North Central America.
North Central.
What the fuck? But what are you talking
That's
about?
jungle people. The jungle people, the further south you go in the Americas, they got less and less hair.
What Central American country are you talking about? Are your people?
The ones, not the ones that eat the dead hearts of the babies, but the other ones who are like mapping the stars.
So you're going to joke your way out of this?
The Mayans.
They
sacrificed people too, but they knew more about the stars. The Aztecs were just like the heathens. Aztecs were
I thought the Mayans were more, I guess they are more central. They're closer to the central. I guess that's right. Where are the Aztecs
Mayans
then?
were, yes. Because the crazier pyramids are down there with the Mayans.
Yeah.
The Aztec ones were like, what do you call them? Development areas. They're like, oh, we seen the Mayans do this shit.
Yeah, it's like, this is what brings the people.
This is we're going to make a subdivision. And like, over here's where we're going to sacrifice the children. And
we need a moneymaker to this town, so let's make some tourist attractions. We'll do a child sacrifice. Right
Everybody's going to eat it. I saw some stupid TikTok the other day that was like, they used to take the body and disperse it up afterwards and feed it in a soup to everybody, and they call it pozole.
Really?
Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much validity is behind this shit. I was on TikTok.
That sounds right, though.
But
I feel like TikTok actually does give you a lot of information.
Well, they give you a curiosity, and then you got to go look into it.
Yeah,
you got to be responsible, folks.
I love that you have a TikTok and not a Twitter. Like you fuck with TikTok more than you fuck with
It's
Twitter.
actually a TikTok on Instagram. When they like repost.
Oh, so you're just watching reels.
Watching reels.
Ah, but you call them TikToks
because they got the
because you gotta fit in.
They got the bug on it.
No, that's the adult way to watch TikTok is just wait until it comes to Instagram Reels.
I do have a TikTok though, and I just don't ever go on there because they're gonna track me. But the funny part is they already do. Like once you install that shit, it's open game.
No, you just have to ask the app not to track, and that's gonna get you off.
Yeah.
It's like they ask you that with every fucking app, and it's just like, bitch, like I'm gonna say not to, but who's to say you're not?
Please don't.
It's like in the fine print. It's like if you click ask us not to, we may still do it.
I feel like it's a way to deter what do you call it, spam mail or something.
Like the bots and
maybe
shit.
It's like, look, I'm gonna give a fuck. Just don't track me. I'm not gonna. And then you still get the discount coupon. It's like I didn't even need that shit. And then you click on it and you're like, it is a good deal though. Like,
as soon as you try to leave a website, they're giving you a discount. Just before you buy anything, try to leave the website.
Man, you just go there and then they start fucking flooding your ad feed.
What's something you bought off an internet ad?
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I've done some crazy shit. I bought some crazy wheels for my work chair.
Really?
Yeah, saw somebody rolling around on some shit, and I was like, God dang, they're moving so smooth on this fucking.
Well, that shit looks wheels, like a roller, dude. Like
those
a
rollerblade, the rollerblade wheels.
They're like jelly.
Man, because I had those little plastic shits that's like grinding on itself, trying to get.
I gotta change the wheels on this chair now that you're talking about.
Dumb rollerblade wheels, bro. I saw it on a social media ad. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Dude.
Otherwise, they don't really. It's all shit where I'm like, I definitely don't want any of that.
They're trying to sell me a bunch of fucking gear, man. And it's like, yeah, I want all this, but it's like, y'all gotta make it cheaper.
Lights. I do get a lot of lighting ads and shit like that. Cameras and stuff like that.
These motherfuckers know I want an electric slider. Like one that just an automatic.
No, they're gonna get you, dude.
It's like I'm.
It's
sold.
Holiday season. They're coming after you.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for is the fucking deal, man. Because this thing is. It's a little pricey, but imagine an electric slider just sitting right here in front of this camera, like going back and forth between me and the guest.
Man.
You're fucking crazy.
People
You're
out here
fucking
taking
crazy.
shots.
That's too much.
People out here taking shots, like they get dizzy.
Man, that thing, it's literally gonna go back and forth while we're taking shots, but it's not gonna be like zoomed in on somebody. It's just gonna be movement.
It was super smooth, like fucking Spike Lee, Spike Lee on the fucking dolly, like all the way down the hallway type shit.
Jesus. Like this is ridiculous. What do you think I'm gonna get, Marcos?
I don't know. I always envision the worst.
It's like on a little stick.
Marcos, hold this shit.
You have to grind it the whole time.
No. Keep your arms up in the air.
Yo, shouts to Eddie. Eddie back in this bitch. Did Greg leave? Yes, Greg left, Eddie.
Sorry, Eddie. Welcome back to the party.
Your boy Marcos is still in here.
Hey, man.
Holding
my price
out.
keeps going up, too. The longer I wait, the more I want to charge.
We got to make a set thing for Eddie. Like beyond this podcast.
Like add up every time Eddie donates and be like,
Oh, I could go do that right now. Eddie's he's a supporter. Eddie's the fucking guy.
maybe if it ends up being a marker we make later, like we'll make up whatever the limit is later. Because he's already on his way.
Oh yeah, he's definitely there. We got to give him some credit.
And then when you get like a high fucking donor fan, we start sending them shit and shouting them out for like discount.
I got to get a new 21 hoodie, man. That's what I'm ordering tomorrow, man. So make sure y'all go to 21thestore.com. I've never plugged that. I haven't made a fucking thing for it yet, but that is a thing. 21thestore.com. I'm my drawing pad to like make like designs and shit. I got that shit stolen out of my truck, so I'm ordering a new one. I'm about to make some new gear for the motherfucking holiday season. It's gonna be like, oh man, I just thought of a good. It's called Jingle Balls.
You just thought of jingles?
I just thought of Jingle Balls. I thought about the design in my head more than anything. Because at first, like I've been thinking about taking like just drawing a set of titties.
I bet you
putting
there's
it
a
on a hat.
jingleballs.com. Just saying.
Oh, 100%. There's a man. There's one that I really want. Let me turn off this
Stop
music.
giving
so I can
away
think
your
about
fucking
it.
secrets too. Don't
No, you'll
tell
never-
people you put titties on a hat, because then somebody's gonna put titties on a hat.
Dude, the best way to put titties on a hat is like this. Look at this. This guy did it. This guy did it.
This guy did it. Don't Google titties on a hat.
Oh, this is it. I'm gonna show you.
I mean, we'll get kicked off of YouTube.
No,
I
it
mean,
won't. Bro, I'm not gonna do anything to get kicked off of YouTube, bro.
Don't even say that. Don't
Yeah,
even
you
say
say that
out
dumbass
loud.
shit.
No, you can't echo it. I can say it. You just can't repeat.
All right, let me get back over here so I can see. Put it up. Does this work? Oh,
Yeah.
It does work. Look at that. It's like Titleist, but it's titties. That is a good titties hat. It's a good titties hat.
Good titties hat.
You can't beat that titties hat. But you can have other titties hats. Anyways. What were we talking about before that?
I don't know. I get distracted every time you say this fucking word. It just
What, titties?
yeah,
Just
it
get thrown
triggers
off?
a lot of imagery. I get distracted.
Thing about titties is they're the one thing in the world that could create peace.
There's two usually.
Yeah, and it's like not only do you have one, you have two.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of titty, Marcos?
In my hands and face.
Those are the best kind of titties.
Yeah.
You're more of a pink nipple man.
Why are you giving away my secrets, bro? I am a very
Pink
mysterious man. I'm gonna remain mysterious.
nipple man. Dude, my nipples can be pink.
My nipples.
My nipples could be pink and brown.
For a fee, you will find out what kind of color nipple man I am.
Oh no! We know. Eddie just wants to fucking provoke you, bro. He wants to get those shits as hard as possible before they come.
Oh shit!
Shouts to fucking Fonz, man. He's just such a bitch, but but thank God he's here in the comments, man. He couldn't used to be in the comments as much. Titty breasts is a better title on a hat. Titty breasts. Call Christy. Eddie wants us to call Christy.
She's probably busy. It's a holiday weekend.
That is true.
It's not even a weekend. It's the middle of the.
Hey, but
End of the week.
Eddie was checking him in the comments earlier, man. He said he's 1 cent short, man. like we're a penny short.
He's
like,
looking out for us.
Straight up. Fucking Lamarcus jumped in this bitch. His Beast subscription is canceled. Yo, shouts to Lamarcus. That's my nephew, bro. That came through.
Yeah. What's up?
Polar Bear was in this bitch.
Yeah.
Thommy? If it's pronounced like Thompson, it's Tommy, but I've never seen Tommy spelled like that in my life. That's Thommy, my guy. Oh shit.
Do as you will. I'll be the whole of the law. Talking about Aleister Crowley shit earlier.
So, my boy Eddie, this is my boy Eddie. He don't fuck with you really, Marcos. Eddie says,
now, what's up, Eddie?
Eddie says Marcos looks like he likes those flapjack breasts.
Wow. Try not to have a strong reaction here.
Take your time.
Oh man, big fan of the whole female form. Big fan in all of its shapes and sizes and designs. Big fan.
What are flapjack breasts?
Big fan. Well, it's like like it sounds. like it
seance?
sounds. No, like it sounds. That was a hard twang. I don't know what you want me to say, man. I'm not a fan.
You know, you're talking about the wheels that you put on your chair or whatever. Look at your chair, man. That thing, we got to get that chair out of here, man. That chair is sitting the most sideways I've ever seen a chair.
That's just me. I put it right behind my ass like this.
It's like, it's falling down this way, so I'm going to like weigh it down. Oh, fucking shit, man. Yo, Eddie, thanks for fucking tuning in. Yeah, Marcos is a saggy bitch.
Not so much these days.
No, man.
Not so much.
You lost some weight, bro. Here, show it off for the camera.
Nah, you're just trying to get Eddie a free show.
Stand up, man.
You're trying to get Eddie a free show.
No, you look good. Yeah. No, I'm serious. You look good. You look good. Lost all his ass, but he also lost his gut too.
Shit.
It's all for you, Eddie. That's all he's been telling me this whole time while he's been losing weight. He's like, I'm just trying to look good for Eddie. I was like, hey, hold it steady.
Hey, Eddie, what have you done for me lately?
Bro, you need to have a personal conversation with Eddie. Like, there needs to be some sort of personal, like, we got to get Eddie on the show. Y'all got to do a show together, and I'll switch the fucking show.
Oh, my
Eddie,
God.
put in the comments where you live, man.
Put your address and your phone number right there in the comments.
Look, Fawn's still in this bitch. Fuck you, Fawns. You fucking dick.
Oh, shit.
Man, the best thing, or that, yeah, the best thing that I miss about Fawns is this motherfucker used to just jump out. Fawn said he's outside.
Hey, he's outside. Should I go let him in?
No. Fawn said that Eddie's outside.
Oh, Eddie's outside? Oh, fuck. Ah, shit, he found me. I don't know how, but he found me.
The best thing I miss about Fonz is how he used to just jump scare me. He would like be behind curtains and fucking doors and shit. And like I'm just trying to walk into a building and this motherfucker's behind the door just like bitch. Like, yo, it's like I'm having a bad day already. Why are you fucking with me?
Just spiked my fucking blood pressure. Trying to kill me. Maybe he was trying to assassinate you. Didn't work, though. He's really bad at the job.
Yeah, he's not good at it.
Bad at assassinating. He was. He did not accomplish that.
All right, man. We're gonna shut this fucking bitch down. Anything before we go, Marcos?
Did we go too far?
No.
Okay.
I just feel like it's do feel like it's a perfect time for this. What's that bottle looking like? Let's do one more, just me and you, man. That's what it's
That's
about.
all the viewers too.
Well, yeah, but fuck them.
Oh
We love him, but fuck him. Right now, it's a. Vaughn said I started that shit. I don't remember scaring him.
Let me see that. Oh, are you sure?
Of course.
Fuck you, Marcos.
That's how you operate the fucking sound buttons over here.
Just hit them all.
Just hit them all at one time. You do that a lot.
The clock.
Yeah, you do the clock.
No, I haven't touched the clock in so long.
Why is that clock still there? Now that Greg has that Rodecaster 2, I got to put my Rodecaster 2 up. Yo.
I'll let him show you up.
Cheers to you, Marcos. Slips, you want one? Cheers to all y'all motherfuckers out there.
Thanks for tuning in.
Ooh. And all you got to do to be the best you can be is go to 21thepodcast.com. If you go to 21thepodcast.com/win, you can win a lot of money. If you go to 21thestore.com, you can give me a bunch of money. If you just go to the little $ that's on your comment little thing right there, just say, hey, I want to give this guy some money.
On the beat.
Who wouldn't is the question. The answer is you. No, that's not right. Regardless, just do it. Marcos Morales at Dirt City Studios. Drew at Mr. Oh So Cool. And this is 21 the motherfucking podcast. And fuck you.
21.
21?
You stupid.